So, you're the one who's been hogging the court lately?
Well, someone had to make sure the trophy isn't lonely.
W Riz Zilong, that was crazy work. I mean, at the coffee maker is the perfect time to do that. But anyway, welcome to the small Foley video. As you can tell, I'm still sick, but we gotta get this video out. The people are demanding it. By the people, I mean the 9 subscribers that don't say anything. They really need me to make this video, so I'm gonna get right into it. Let me just also say, during this video, I kept on pausing way longer than I should have. I was so distracted. That's okay. So we're starting with Camille. Camille is not played too often. I mean, he's like a mid-range, or like a mostly mid-range shooter. I think for the most part, people just prefer dunkers. If you're gonna play 2s, I think most people just prefer to play dunkers. Yeah, they're definitely good Camille players. You'll see it's a common theme, like, they're definitely playable. They're just not super popular. I would bet if you're playing ranked in like high enough lobbies, you almost never see somebody like Camille. So yeah, I think Camille's fine. I think mostly everybody in the game is playable. It's just a matter of like, you know, who actually makes the most sense to play. Natalie is also mid-range. I mean, she definitely could shoot 3s, like uncontested 3s, but her kit is mostly for dunking, layups, mid-range shots. Excuse me, sorry. So, I mean, yeah, you see her kit. It's a layup floater. She has a really fast dunk. The dunk, actually, you can like start the animation from the 3-point line, and by the time you're done with your dribble moves and you're dunking, like, you know, you can start it from there. So it is definitely decent if nobody's blocking you. Yeah, it's just like, you know, I think another mid-range shooter, just fine. I think if you like that kind of playstyle, she's gonna be great. I think they're all very similar. Any of these people who like farm 2s, they're very, very similar. They play similarly. I'd just rather play dunker personally, so they won't rate super highly on my list. But they're solid for sure. Julian, in my opinion, Julian is pretty bad. I think when you look at his kit, it just doesn't really do much that anybody else doesn't already do. Like, it feels like his kit is like, I don't know. I'm so sorry, I'm gonna randomly be dying. I'm recording this, so don't mind that, the random silence. But yeah, just like, it just feels like anytime I've played with or against a Julian, it's been like, I never know what they're gonna do because it's never anything good. Like, anything they're doing is usually like something shitty. I'm just like, this guy's like useless. Like, he's just a useless idiot. Like, on my team, I'm upset to have him. On the enemy team, I'm indifferent. It feels like it's a free win, but I think Julian sucks. Martin is definitely one of the higher range people who can play 2s, but also can threaten 3s. That's why he's on the higher end, is because that he does have a kit that helps him hit 3 points pretty consistently. Only issue is there's like decent counterplay to him. Like, people who are good at defense, they'll just stand behind the Martin. So if the Martin like stops and does like a little like dribble fake thing, people who are good defenders, they'll just stand behind him knowing that he's going to go back for the 3. And if he takes the 2, most people are fine with that. Mostly because, like, if you're versus a Martin and he's like their primary scorer, if he's not hitting 3s, then you're happy. And most of the time people are running, you know, 3-point scorers anyway. So if you're going to trade a 3 for a 2 every possession, that's totally fine. So yeah, it's like, he's definitely better than the others, but he's not like amazing by any means. I think Ben is honestly a decent dunker. I'm not entirely sure why people don't play him more. I don't know if it's because like his dunk is easy to block or not. I personally haven't played against enough Bins. There's like one Bin, his name is Rizzler Bin. He definitely plays him, and some other people randomly will lock him in. But like, when you look at his abilities and his base stats, it seems like he should be like one of the better dunkers, but it could be as simple as just like his dunk is too easy to block. But now that they added this new fix called Catapult, excuse me, it speeds up how fast you dunk, and that changes the timing on how to block it. So maybe with that new affix, they'll be like way more popular. Hard to say though, they just dropped. People haven't gotten to test out enough yet, but it is something to consider that dunkers that previously were not great may be played now. So yeah, I think he should be decent based off of the numbers and his abilities. Like, I would think he'd be a pretty good dunker, but For the reason that I don't see him very often, and the people who do play bin don't tend to climb too high, it's hard for me to place him above like a, a reasonable rating. So next we have Havoc G. So this kid is actually not horrible. I think obviously he's a meme because he's the first character you unlock and he's goofy and like all the skins are gross. So it's like, yeah, but when you look at his abilities, he does have a lot of ways of scoring. He's pretty versatile and yeah, he could threaten you a couple, just like Natalie, like she could dunk, she could shoot, you can go for her layup, she has a lot of fakes. He has a lot of tools as well, so I don't think he's definitely not a meme, he's definitely playable, but there are only a couple people that would actually play him, seriously play him. But yeah, I think he's fine. Again, just to say, all of these are definitely playable, just I think you're putting yourself at a disadvantage playing these unless you're like really, really good at the playstyle. So yeah, I'd say he's like mid-tier, but you'll see at the end I'll have the tier list. Okay. I have literally never seen anybody play this. I'm just being honest, I have never seen him locked in. I had to read all of these abilities for the first time. I have never seen him played ever. So I don't have much of an opinion. I was reading these as I was recording it, and I was like, okay, I mean, oh, he seems like he does something. But yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know what this guy is good at, so I don't know, hard for me again to say this guy is good. Just like, he just has a bunch of like layup moves and dribble, I don't know. Just doesn't seem great. So like, my brain's kind of scattered, so don't mind the really bad commentary. Not that my commentary is good normally. I'm not saying it's anything special normally, but this is probably gonna be especially bad. I think I'm close to getting rid of sickness, but not quite. Gretta is also another character you won't really see too often. She has an interesting ability. She has like this fake shot thing. I'm pretty sure it's her at least. And it does make me wonder if she could be decent. Like, I don't know, I was looking at it and I was watching the little like preview videos. You see that? Like, it can't be that bad. Also, it gives you disturbance resistance. Like, maybe she's not bad. I've never seen anybody play her, so can't say. Dora is randomly getting like popular now. Like, people never played Dora before, and now suddenly I'm seeing people play Dora, and it's curious to me. I don't exactly understand the reason she's becoming popular. Okay, looking at her kit, I couldn't really pinpoint why people would want to play her. I don't know if she was buffed. I don't really follow like the nerfs and buffs. I kind of just look at those kits. Obviously, people who have off-ball acceleration, you know, people do just like that skill. So that's always going to be something people will play character just for that. So I guess that could be it. I just feel like if two of your abilities, one's pinpoint pass and your other is off-ball acceleration, I can't imagine the other two abilities are so good that it's like a playable score. Like, I don't know. Oh, as I said, I randomly paused this video for so long at sometimes because I was recording it in bed and I just kept forgetting that I was recording it. I just like started staring off into space, so this is one of those times. I think I was here for like a minute. Yeah, kind of rough. Flash dribble. Honestly, for some reason, timing this is difficult for me in a live game. I can never tell when somebody's actually gonna pass me a ball or not. I'm like hyper vigilant, like I'm always staring, but I don't know, I feel like I still don't time it. I'm timing very well unless like it's a really like telegraphed pass. Full fadeaway is definitely a decent ability as well. I feel like your kit's very mid. I guess maybe it's like mid-high tier, like A, B, but I just can't see it being better than that. Butterball, you know, I think Butterball is underrated. I think Butterball could be decent. I think with the right draft, he could be a really interesting unit to run. He's like kind of like the Lily of small forwards. Like, he has some nice screen abilities. He does have some scoring ability as well, and there have been some like really good scorers that are like running Butterball as a meme, but he actually like, they're performing. Of course, they're also just really good players, so no matter what they play, they'll make it look decent. But yeah, I think doing these videos has helped me like realize that some of these characters are better than I expected, and they have abilities that I just wouldn't have known because they're not played. A lot of these are just not played. So Randy is just the same thing. He's very similar to Natalie. He has a lot of mid-range tools. He has the sprint dunk, the same one that she has. He's very similar to her. I think if you like Natalie, you like Randy. They're very similar. And yeah, I've said what I said about this guy. I'm not a huge fan of this archetype of scorer. I feel like it's like you do have to work a bit hard to get the points. It's a lot easier to block a mid-range shot than it is a dunk, especially now in the dunking meta. Like now that I feel like people have gotten really good at dunking now, and like they're not just like dunking as soon as they get the ball. Like people being a lot more like strategic about it and like timing it better, being more patient. And now there are better dunking fixes, like, and plus like better dunkers being released. I just don't really see a world where I would invest my time or like my sets and stuff into like a mid-range shooter. And he's not really like a dedicated dunker, so, you know, you'd rather just be playing like a Reno, right, than playing somebody who kind of just like a weird hybrid mid-range shot dunking thing. Rika. I think Rika's good. I think she's underappreciated. I think she should be primarily played like if you do think in your draft or like versus people where you think you just need more defense. I think she's a good option because she definitely can still score, and she has a lot of defensive abilities. I'm curious why she's not played more because I think she's solid. Looking at her kit, I can't really see why she's not. I would say Rika's like, for me at least, I put her pretty high up. I think she has a lot of really valuable skills. Provocative is such a cool ability. That's probably one of my favorite abilities in the game. When I first started playing the game, I saw Provocative. I was like, what is that person doing? And then I looked at it, I was like, wait, this is broken. I think Provocative is so good. Okay, on to Niko. Another character you will very rarely see. I mean, me personally, I just don't like people who have a lot of like dribbling or movement abilities. Just don't love that. I think that kind of movement stuff is just like not that valuable. So anytime somebody has like a bunch of movement abilities, like this guy has like 3 movement abilities already. Like this entire kid is just like running around. So it's like you're doing all that fucking running, but you have like nothing else. Like you just do all these stupid moves. Look at this. Like he has no scoring abilities. He's just doing a bunch of stupid shit. I don't put him very high on the list. I think his kid sucks. Okay, Zilong is definitely, to me, the best small forward. He just does everything really well. He has like, I don't know, he can just score on you in any way he wants. You can try and block him, doesn't really matter. Some defenders are definitely better at blocking him than others. You kind of just have to get good at reading him, because you can't just react to him. You have to kind of be like anticipating what he's going to do. But he's just, the finger roll mechanic is really nice. The flash dribble is really nice for him. The turnaround is really nice. And he has the ability to do a dunk that's not super easy to block, because you can also turn into a layup. So I think this guy's great. The only thing is, like, I think when you're building a set for him, it can be a bit tricky just to see like what you want, because I think like ideally you'd get like speed 3-point jump just so he has like pretty good dunk. He has obviously good 3-point, and people just need speed for defense usually, so you want the speed for defense, and then like affixes too. Like probably want like sniper, big truck, maybe hunter, maybe cheetah. I don't know. I'm not super sure. I feel like it does take a bit of fine tuning to see like the exact set that you would like. This is Louise, another S+ tier. Mostly good just because she has the disturbance resistance. She has the behind the back, which is always a really nice ability. Just another person that, like, with screens is going to be like a real terror to deal with. Really difficult to block her. If, you know, pull up the screen, you know, all these tools to score. It's just like when people can just throw the ball up in your face and you can't do much about it unless you touch the ball, like actually make contact. It's difficult to play around that, especially if they have like a good setup for screens and all that. or your team is just not coordinated on how to play the screens. But yeah, she's definitely top tier. Wow, last two. Okay, I think this has been, of all the commentary videos, the worst one so far, but it's not my fault. I'm just trying to push out these videos, sick or not. Speedex is solid for sure. Some people will build him like not to dunk at all, like they'll build him just to be like a shooter, which I think is interesting. I think the smartest way to build him is just like a hybrid. I don't think he needs to have super high dunk or super high shooting. I think if you just build him with like your assist units are varied between 3-point shooters and dunkers. I feel like he doesn't need to be like super dedicated to both, or I mean either. Like I think he could do both just fine. So I think he's really good. I think he's versatile. I think he's very much like the new shooting guard, but the new shooting guard is like a better version of him. So I think he's solid. Also, his passive on this is interesting. If you read the passive on the stacks, if you never read his abilities before, it would surprise you what his stacks actually give him. So definitely read the I didn't stop here so you can read it, but definitely read the abilities. He has this whole like stack mechanic that's super interesting. I did not know that until very recently, to be honest. Also, shout out to my friend for letting me use their account for this video. Yeah, look at this. This is another time I paused for like 2 minutes. We can talk about how's the weather been. Where I am, the weather's been pretty bad. Maybe that's why I'm sick. Probably sick because it's been so cold and so much snow, and it's just not been a good time. Being tortured here. What else can I talk about? I don't know. Listen. I have no script here, and now I'm paying like the consequences for not having a script, and also for taking so long to stop looking at Speedex. Okay, last is Javier, and there's only a minute left, so I know that I had not stopped too much on him. I think Javier's okay. When he first came out, people were definitely overhyping him, saying like he's like an unstoppable version of Crow. His shooting is slightly worse than Crow's. He does have the same spin around mechanic. Yeah, he's very similar kid to Crow, but his shooting stats are worse. Yeah, I think the whole shot pass thing it was like overhyped in the beginning. Like, oh, they could just start the turnaround 3 and just like shoot out of it like that. That's nice. At the same time, like, no, when you play against, I don't even see Javier's honestly in like real games anymore. When he first came out, he's been played a lot, but I think people learned that like, the passing out of a shot is not this crazy mechanic that's like unbeatable. Like, I think once you get used to it, it's kind of like a whatever thing. Like you can kind of tell they're just jumping up to do nothing. So anyways, that was the overview. Sorry that it was so all over the place and ill-prepared. Listen, I'm trying my best here. I will put a picture of the tier list now, and yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this. I'm going to do power forwards next and then centers. Peace.